there, YouTubers, and welcome to quite a different review for me, really. Yes, today I'm not going to be doing a Doctor Who action figure review. I am instead going to be doing my first ever Star Wars figure review. Now, Star Wars isn't really a big part of my channel, however I am a huge Star Wars fan, and considering that Star Wars The Force Awakens is coming out in just under 2 months now, and we've got the merchandise came out on Force Friday, I thought I'd do a review of the figures which I picked up today, which is the Star Wars Elite Series Kylo Ren diecast action figure. Now, the Elite Series is exclusive to the Disney store, which is where I got this from today, for the price of £18.95. So before we go on to the figure, we'll take a quick look at the box. The box is really cool and of a really nice design. We sort of have this general theme of red running all the way through the box, with the sort of metallic silver running all the way around the box as well. At the bottom of the packaging you can see we have the Star Wars logo, Elite Series Kylo Ren diecast action figure. As you can see, the box shows off the figure really nicely. It's got a very large window piece which runs around the sides as well. On the sides again we have Star Wars Elite Series diecast action figure from the new film Star Wars The Force Awakens. And on the back of the box we again have the Star Wars logo, Elite Series, a little bio on this diecast line of action figures, and below that a little bio on Kylo Ren. So if we move on to take a look at the figure now, as you can see, this is a really cool representation of Kylo Ren. If we take a look at the head sculpt, you can see it has been done really well. All of the paint apps have been applied really nicely. There's some great sculpting in there. It's a little hard to pick it up on camera due to the shadow being created by the hood, but if I just try and bring that back a little bit, you can see that it's absolutely fantastic work that's been done on the mask. We've also got some little marks here on the front of the mouthpiece, which makes the mask look really worn and battered, which adds a really cool effect. Then we have this sort of quite a short cloak running down the back of the figure. It stops around his waist, but it's got this really cool worn effect. It looks really battered and tatty, and it just adds so much more to the figure. It looks absolutely brilliant. It looks so good. Unfortunately, with these figures being die-cast, that means we've got some screws here. We've got some quite visible screw holes if we lift up cloak, but thankfully most of these are hidden by the cape here, which isn't too bad. That means you can only really see one of them. It's been painted black and sort of given a grey wash over the top, dark grey wash, just to add to the battered effect. It looks really good. Moving down to the body, this is again being painted black and then given sort of a quite a dark grey wash over the top. It's not too noticeable, it just adds another layer of detail to the figure and it makes it look really nice. We have this black belt here going across the waist, it looks very nice. Moving down you can see we have this sort of waist cape going around and down here. It's made of the same sort of rubbery material as the cape up here on the figure, which means it's quite easy to sort of bend, but it is still quite tough. If we move this away, you can see that we have Kylo Ren's legs here. They've been done really nicely. The boots have been painted a glossy black and then again given that grey wash to make them look quite dirty. Oops. But yeah, it looks really nice. They've done a really good job on this figure. If we move on to look at the articulation, the head can move side to side. It can do a full 360, but it is hindered quite heavily by the cloak here. So I mean, if you're wanting to do a full 360, you're going to have to turn that all the way around. The arms can do a sort of the arms are quite weird. They seem to be able to do sort of a 270 around. They can't do a full 360. It's really quite odd. They just seem to sort of stop there. Yeah, it is quite weird. But they also bend at the elbow, and we have a full 360 at the wrist. The waist can also do a 360, albeit a bit stiff. The legs can kick forwards and out to the sides, although they are quite heavily hindered by the cloak here. They also bend at the knee, and we have a 360 at the foot, and also a pivot, which is quite nice. If we move on to take a look at Kylo Ren's lightsaber now, this has been done really well. I like this a lot more than the Black Series Kylo Ren lightsaber, mainly because it doesn't have a removable blade, which means that you don't have this quite ugly sort of triangle of energy linking the two crossguard blades to the main blade. I never really liked that. I mean, it's nice to have a removable blade, but I just didn't like that at all. But also, I find that the paint apps are a lot nicer on this. We've got some really nice gold, some really nice silver. You might not be able to see it there, but in red along here we do have the wire painted onto the lightsaber, which is really cool. Yeah, you can't really see that too well on camera. You might be able to see it just there, just running down the hilt there. But yeah, it's all been painted really nicely. The paint apps have been applied really well. It looks really good. The only issue I have is there's a few little splodges of black paint running along the blade, some of the bottom there, and also my camera will focus. Can also see that we've got two at the top end of the blade there, which is a little annoying, but it's not too noticeable. Another thing to mention about the blade is you can't really see it on camera here at all. You might be able to pick it up a little bit, but it does have the really nice crackle effect moulded into the blade, and it looks really good. It's really well done. Looks excellent. You can definitely feel it along the blade. So yeah, that's really cool. Really nice detail there. Now the lightsaber, Kylo Ren does have a bit of trouble holding it, especially lower down. But I mean, if you put his hand right up to the top end of the hilt, it's much easier for him to hold. It doesn't fall out of his hand as badly. You know, you can shake it and stuff and it won't come out of his hand. But it is a little annoying. I will probably just put his hand into boiling water, because this hand is plastic, so I'll probably just pop it in boiling water and then soften it up and sculpt it around the lightsaber so they can hold it with a tighter grip, but it's not too bad. Kylo Ren also comes with this base. It's quite nice, pretty standard. It's just a black plastic base with the Star Wars logo there, and sort of detailing of like metal plates running along. So it's quite nice, and it holds the figure. And yeah, it helps the figure to stand quite nicely. Even though the figure doesn't really need it, it can stand very well on its own. It is a nice little added bonus. So overall, I think this figure is absolutely brilliant. It makes for an excellent collector's item. When it comes to Star Wars merchandise, I'm more a collector of the Lego Star Wars. I don't really pick up the figures that much, but when I saw this, I just absolutely had to have it because it just looks brilliant. It is absolutely an excellent figure, definitely worth the $18.95, and yeah, definitely go and pick this up. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.